Hello and welcome to the week in the life of an entrepreneur. Me, James Sinclair, as I take you around running a £50 million revenue business. I'm here at the Rossi Ice Cream Parlour for our first stop. I'm going to take you everywhere. Business seminars, seeing all of our other locations, including refurbishing hotel rooms. It's all coming up. Stay tuned. The sun is shining, and what does that mean? Brits, they love an ice cream. Big trick here is to try and increase average customer value. We're doing little things to try and remind people that we do hot food here. I mean, it's an ice cream shop. It's been an ice cream shop for 100 years, and we're getting around £9.78 average transactional value. So that could be a family buying 2 or 3 ice creams. My big aim is to try and get that to 13, 14 quid by expanding our hot food offering. Also, one day I'd like to go above the roof. That roof needs lots of repair work, so it's around a 200 grand day out, and I want to put a big set of stairs up. In fact, I've got a little sort of architect's concept. I'll just overlay that footage right now for you so you see what we're going to do up there. That will give us more seating, because as you can see, it's not shorts weather, but all of the tables and chairs are more or less full up, and there is a queue already. So when it really gets into the gangbusters of summer, there's no seating. I will work out on a plan on how to do that. Right, let's go inside and try some ice cream. It's the Easter holidays and it's very busy in here. One of the best things that's happened since we bought this location is the vertical integration. See, when I bought this site, they was buying the ice cream off of Rossi Southend on Sea, which was the original Rossi business that I bought, and that's now all working nicely. But also our bakery, all of our donuts and cakes are now being sold here. We was buying that from a third-party supplier, so that's all vertically integrated. But the real winner chicken dinner is that we are now supplying all the food and drink here through our food services business, Cafe Deli Wholesale, that we bought 6 or 7 months ago, keeping all that internal cash flow sloshing around. But it doesn't have to be buying big businesses that can help make you lots of internal cash flow. Actually driving the profits up by increasing average customer value. Now, I alluded to that just a few moments ago. But here's one little tip that I can give you for a tiny little bit of cash that you can get inside the zeitgeist of your customers to improve average customer value. I'll tell you about it right now. So we sell loads of ice creams here at Rossi. Obviously, it's an ice cream parlour, but we sell lots of hot food, and we want to sell more hot food. And I was in there writing my newsletter the other week, and I literally saw hundreds of pounds walk out the door because people said, "Oh, I got to queue up in that long queue just to get some hot food." I went, yeah, you have. And so we've now created a separate queue with a £10 sign that we printed in-house ourselves, because we do our own printing in-house, that says, "Queue here for hot food." And now people are not inconvenienced by queuing up for their hot food, because there's only a little queue for that. And now our hot food sales are going up. And those numbers are really important to get through the winter, to get habits going for that hot food sales. Because when the sun's out, we're selling loads of ice cream, but I need to make sure that November, December, January and February is good. So it's really important that we build a hot food income line as well. And that's working. All right, let's go. Right, we're here at Roller City, and next door to Roller City is the Rossi Ice Cream Factory, and at the back of that is the Teddy Tasty warehouse where we distribute all of our products. Big queue going in, like seeing queues of customers. Honestly, it's the best feeling for entrepreneurs and business owners, because you know that means cash flow, so you can pay all your bills and give Rachel Reeves even more money. Right. So it's really nice seeing those customers next door, seeing Roller City run like a well-oiled machine. But in here, the machine is bursting because we haven't got enough space. And I tried to remedy that, because I put an offer in for a big unit over the road, done the mortgage valuation, paid all the legals, and then the thing flipping fell through. The sellers decided to keep the building. So on a mad rush to find another building, which I found, gone through the process, legals done, search is done. We've put mortgage valuations out, and we should get the keys in the next 8 weeks, because as you can see here, we're bursting at the seams, and I've got to sort it out. So why is it bursting at the seams? Well, when businesses like this grow really quickly, I mean, pass yourself back a couple of years ago, this was like a 2 million revenue business. This year, 7.5 million revenue business. With contracts we've got coming up, this will turn into a 10 million-ish business in the next 18 to 24 months. So when you grow that quickly, you do have problems. I mean, thankfully, we've got a massive business behind us that's been able to cash flow it. We're getting new funding lines in place to support us, because I don't want to just use this all out of cash flow. really basically go through a process of what we call overtrading, where you're doing more than the business can afford to do. So that's okay because we own lots of property and we can fund it. But if you're in a position where your business is growing very, very quickly, you've got to make sure that you're funded correctly. You've got the right space and team. And that's why usually big businesses can do things like that, because the rest of the ecosystem can support when things are really going like gangbusters. Of course you want your business to grow, but that does come with challenges if you're not careful. Right guys, I'm now logging on to my MacBook because in the next few minutes I'm about to meet lots of our new team members. On Friday, just before the tax changes here in the United Kingdom, capital gains tax rate went up, so we had to work very hard to complete on a deal for the seller so that they saved on their capital gains tax, and we bought probably our biggest competitor in the make-a-bear market. So this business up here, we make teddy bears, we make millions of teddy bears, and we've bought a company that really fits into us so really well, and I cannot wait to meet the team. But they're based at the other end of the country in North Wales, and so now we're doing a Teams meeting where the old business owner is introducing us, the new business owner, and Janky, our group commercial director, is going to join me, and we're going to say hello to everyone and just welcome them to the Fabadousa family. Let's do it. Hello. I guess the cat's out of the bag now. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Good morning.
The secret is revealed now, and it's been very, very hard to keep it under wraps, but yeah.
Well, look, ladies and gents, welcome to everything carrying on as normal. I don't want anyone to worry. We're very excited to take on Pippa's legacy and take it to the next level and really look after Be My Bear. And actually, you guys were really critical to this. We was making sure from the very beginning that we said to Pippa we really want the team because we're really growing in Teddytastic, and you guys knowing the industry so well would really help us in our existing arts and crafts business to grow it. So I think you ladies know me. The gentleman, yeah. So, and this is Janky. You've met Janky, I think, haven't you?
Yeah, we've met at some of the shows sometimes. So, nice to meet you all officially now. So we're very much excited about the future ahead. And as James has already said, there's so many synergies of us all working together. And, you know, like you've all, you know, Charlie, who works with us and goes out to events and so on and looks after customers. And it's just going to be so exciting to take it to the next level together and you know, work on that as a team.
Are you okay? I mean, you're probably thinking, well, what's going to be the changes? What's going to be different? Well, we want to preserve the Be My Bear brand. It will work alongside us because actually, you know, as you know, Teddytastic is mainly part stuffed, and we don't have empty skin, so we're gonna keep that running. What we would really like is for Be My Bear to do the ancillary stuff that Teddytastic does, like the slime school and the sand art, so that you overnight can have that, because you probably got lots of your customers. Why not? You know, that's really easy. And we're creating so many other arts and crafts or activity lines that all holiday parks want. The big difference as well between you guys and us, we are massively holiday park focused and Christmas grotto focused. We don't really supply garden centres, you guys do. We don't really supply scan clinics. We've got a couple, but you guys do in a big way. Having the network of people around the country to also look after Teddytastic customers and Be My Bear customers to go into, because we're actually really short on that. Where, you know, Charlie's really our only one. And
she's all over the country.
Yeah, all over the country.
Scotland and all over the place.
So that's very exciting. We would like to, you know, really give those opportunities to you as well to help us grow in other parts of the country and see customers.
Yeah, very much. It's just about, please feel absolutely comfortable to fire away any questions, or if you want to have an extra call or anything. Nothing's too much. Let's just keep talking so we can all. We just want you to not feel awkward or uncomfortable. Just ask away. Anything is not, it's not too difficult, and we can share information. That's the only way we'll be able to work together well.
Thank you. Great.
Thanks everyone.
Nice to meet you, Matt.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Cheers. Bye now. Well, there you go. That was that one done. Really interesting to see the big smiles on their faces because they know us. They've probably seen the content. They've seen me speak at conferences within our industry. And they were really happy that it was us that knew the industry, understood the industry, that were taking over. Cannot wait to grow this business. Be My Bear was really the first company here in the UK that started doing Make-A-Bear teddy bears for activity providers. Pippa started the business a good few decades ago, and it's now us responsible to take this business to the next level. Right, come on, let's go. Today we are here at Roller City for my Buying Businesses Masterclass. These guys down here are fast-driven entrepreneurs and business owners that are desperate to grow their business. Of course they are, they're entrepreneurs. So I want them to do all the organic stuff, growing their business, but actually I think one of the best opportunities right now is to acquire businesses. There's lots of baby boomers that have got really great businesses and they need to sell them, they need to pass them on to someone. And I'm going to teach them how they can buy them as frugally as possible so that they can grow their profitability by acquiring businesses. Let's find out some snippets. But what we're going to do today is go into detail on exactly how I do those deals. Stuff that I don't really want to put on the internet, but I'm absolutely happy to do this. And as we go in this sort of situation today, as we go through the day, if there's anything you want clarity on, shove the hand in the air and I'll do my very best to answer it as we go through. I want it to be like that, so don't be scared of any questions and answers. So setting up your own business has a huge failure rate. In fact, 50% of businesses fail in the first 2 years, 80% within 5 years, and only 5% of businesses make it to their 10-year anniversary. So that's what the data tells us. In fact, the data also tells us buying a business from a bank's point of view has a 600% more chance of success. I'll leave that one with you. Think about it as you will. One of the big things that I like talking about is demographics at the moment. So last year, more 65-year-olds were created than 20-year-olds for the first time ever in the United Kingdom and in lots of the Western economies. And what does that mean for us? Well, that means there's lots of baby boomers that have got these really great businesses and their children don't want them because they've showered their children with riches and laziness. And that's where entrepreneurs come in. And the facts are that most generation is built in generation one, and by the fourth generation, 90% of wealth is lost. And that is data that's absolutely true. So that's a huge opportunity for us. And I'm doing it all the time. And those of you that follow me on YouTube, you will see that I'm a very proactive buyer of businesses. And right now we've got around 7 other biggish deals on, and then another 10 that we're looking at. I'm like a private equity venture capitalist company, but without the billions of pounds behind me. I just try and find ways of doing it within my resources. And I'll use this little phrase, it's not your lack of resources, it's your lack of resourcefulness that stops you getting on in life. And don't worry about getting the money. Don't worry about how you're going to fund it. Find the deals and then the money comes. My assessment of most entrepreneurs is they do repeatable tasks. A very highly effective person is doing leverage stuff. So writing a book, you do the work once and you can sell that work for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years into the future. So a lot of people go, how do you have time to write those newsletters? How do you have time to make all those podcasts and do all those YouTube videos? How is that a good use of your time? Because it's all leveraged work. I make that YouTube video 7 years ago and it's still being watched today. If I use my time to answer customer service inquiries, to do VAT returns, I'm not doing leverage stuff. I don't want to do repeatable tasks. It's not a good use of my time. So here's the mindset thing for you. Here's the mindset thing for you. In your head, when you're doing something, are you doing something that's worth £20 an hour or £20,000 an hour? And if you're doing £20 an hour tasks, you're an idiot. That's what you got to think to yourself. And that's what I do to myself. So if I'm running payroll, or if I'm doing the VAT return, or if I'm cashing up, or doing anything like that, I'm actually doing a disservice to my team by not using my time to move the business forward. An effective person is doing leveraged and crucially, very important but non-urgent tasks. I'll say that one more time. You're doing very important but non-urgent tasks. Making a YouTube video, it's very important for me to do, but it's not urgent, it's not business critical. But if I stop doing that stuff, Could be very dangerous. And that's why, in my opinion, only 10% of wealth gets to the fourth generation, because generation one that's created the wealth focuses on doing the big thinking, very important non-urgent tasks, and then they go into coast mode and live off of their former glory and stop doing the innovation, the marketing, the culture, and recruiting the best talent, the IMCR, into the business. Because I'm not very good at managing, and I learned that very quickly. I mean, I had a PA at 17, and I was prepared to pay others before paying myself, which is, by the way, a very common thread that I've discovered that is a regular trend of entrepreneurs, that they're sacrificing their own income to build teams, but then they create this massive wealth. But not a lot of people want to do that. Well, you're going to pay an accountant in-house before you earn money yourself, or you're going to pay people more than you're taking out of the business. Can't get their head around it. But then what happens in 3 years' time? You overtake it, and then you've created this mass. So you're just investing into people for delayed gratification. And entrepreneurs, real true entrepreneurs, I don't think they're doing it for money. They're doing it because it's like a calling, almost religious. It's weird. I'm weird. I appreciate what I'm just saying to you there is strange. At the Blue Boar now, this is one of my favourite rooms at the hotel, and this is where I make a lot of my content. Some of you that watch regularly might recognise it. I wanted to show you how simple we do stuff. I literally sit down this table and I record it to camera. I sometimes have an overhead shot where I'm drawing and annotating stuff. But you know, if you're thinking about content marketing for your business, it really don't have to be difficult, gang. Yeah, we do use 4K cameras. I really have had so many opportunities off of my content, and I really urge you to get making some content for your business. It really, really does work and opens so many doors. Recruitment, customers, leads, all of that good stuff. Buying companies. I've got so many companies bought off of the back of my content. So this room, we're struggling to monetize it really, because it's upstairs. It's a beautiful room, but actually we're not getting that many bookings here. So we use it, and because we hopscotch it around, sometimes we're doing it for comedy events, sometimes we're using it for an overflow for the pub. If you come down here, you see we've got a pub as well here in the attraction, which makes attraction in the hotel. It makes a lot of money. I say it makes a lot of money. There's divil people here at the moment, but usually it's busy. And it's in this beautiful high street of Malden. There's a big beer garden out there. Can we have a look at the beer garden? Come and have a look at the beer garden. So this is the pub that's attached to the hotel. You see the hotel is absolutely huge. It's like a big U shape there, and so we're on the far side right now. And then this building here, we also own that. We've got a couple more rooms in there that we've just refurbished. It's so expensive to do rooms. Like, it's costing us between £20,000 and £30,000 to do a room. I'll show you some of the rooms we've just done, and one we're doing up right now. When I got to the hotel, I really want to get improvements, all the little 1% improvements. That was really important to me. So we employed a full-time builder in-house, just repairing stuff. Like, this was a really old sign, but we printed this sign in-house ourselves, put all the edging in, it all lights up. We all do our printing in-house, gang. That's what we do. Come on. So come in here. This is a new room. So in here is one of our newest hotel rooms. This building is around 500 years old. It's like got wobbly floors. It's part of the character. It's why I love it. You can see the coving around the room is all wobbly. And that means it takes a lot longer to refurbish a room like that. And you've got to do it well. You've got to have the best mattresses, the best beds, the best lighting, the best electrics. You know, even all this curtains with the blackout blinds cost a lot of money. These peacocky things, they were proper money as well. And this bathroom, which is beautiful, we'll get a shot of that overlay right now. Just such a lot of money. The thing is with hotels, they're hugely capital intensive. They're lovely things to own. They're lovely bits of real estate. But actually making money out of them, you need lots of scale. And the thing's always on, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It never stops. People lose their keys at 2 o'clock in the morning. You have to deal with stuff like that. And finding the nuances of making everything make money is something that really pushes my entrepreneurial brain to the next level. Like that big long room that you saw earlier in the shot, I was struggling to monetize that for parties and events, because we don't want loads of parties at events that are affecting our hotel. We don't want 18-year-olds having a big party and then that annoying the people that are staying in the hotel. So we have to be very picky and choosy on the events, putting restrictions, friction on our customers. And that causes problems. So what we're going to do is build this really lovely restaurant downstairs, and I've done a joint venture partnership with one of the best restaurant operators in the county, and then we're going to do private dining up there so that you can have a 50th birthday and have that beautiful room with a cocktail bar and private dining, and therefore that's predictable cash that people can book a long way in advance, and I think that's going to really work, and that will give us the je ne sais quoi, that extra revenue to really make this tick. I need some pictures in here. It's just a bit bare on the wall. Right, let me show you how complicated one of these rooms look like. Some of these empty rooms before we've done anything to it. Horrific. Look at this. So this is what I'm working with, gang. It was this bad in that other room. You can see where the money goes. We just had this massive still ordered so that we can strengthen the ceiling because she's an old girl. This was an old kitchenette area over there. Greasy, mucky, disgusting. Had to rip all that out, rip all the carpets out. They stunk in here. Right, dodgy bathroom, you know, no power shower, having to do all of that. I don't know what we're doing in here, but we are massively refurbishing it so that it works as a nice hotel room, just like that other room. Again, you know, we'll do it as frugally as possible. Lots of people on the YouTube channel, when I say it costs like 20, 25, 30,000 pound a hotel room, they go, you don't know what you're talking about, James. Like, how many hotels have you built? Just how much have you done? It costs a lot of money if you want to do it well, if you want to do it properly, and you've got lots. I mean, this is completely start fresh, and I'm talking about everything: beds, wardrobes. If you want to do the quality stuff, nice, good quality feature wallpaper, all of that stuff costs a lot of money. And then we've got another 5-ish rooms like this that are way worse. So, you know, we're just doing it bit by bit, getting in a bit more revenue, turning this into a commercially profitable enterprise. Talking of projects, this is the restaurant area. When I got here, this was one of the worst areas. The painting was awful, so we've splashed it around with a bit of white paint, and we replaced all the furniture just because it was so bad. Everyone was sitting up and down like this because it was all on different heights. But actually what we want to do is refurbish it into a really nice restaurant with that joint venture partner that I was telling you about earlier. Behind this wall is our big kitchen, and we've been speaking to Historic England, the people that look after listed properties, to get permission. And I think we've got good news there. So we'll go through there, open this all up, nix some of the kitchen so that we have more covers. Because if you're owning a restaurant, you need to have as many covers as possible if you've got any chance of making money in which is a devilishly difficult business sector to make profit from. Very exciting. Right, let's get to Marsh Farm and tell you what I'm up to there. Right, gang, I'm here at Marsh Farm on a chilly day in Easter holidays. It's the morning. I've got my big Village People starter kit jacket on, and we're here talking about development stuff. So I'm meeting Rennie, sorry. He's our rides engineer that works for us on site, looks after all of our fun fair rides at Marsh Farm, Lee Valley and across the estate. These things go wrong all the time, you know. You think they're going around, they're mechanical, and so you have to constantly maintain them, and when they're down and not working, people really get the ump. But actually I want to put some rides in here that the whole family can use, because I'm on a drive to get more people coming here, like this new golf course that we've done. The whole family can do this. Putting a new zoo area over here, the whole family will enjoy that. And rather than having tiny little kiddie rides, I want to get a really big, really impressive carousel that everyone can use. I get 130 people on the carousel at one time. So I've got the plans here of this carousel that I've bought from a friend of mine, and I'm going to sort of go through Rennie to make sure we're ready for this, because this is a personal pet project for me. I usually wouldn't get involved in stuff like this, but on this one I'm getting involved. Let's go and have that chat. So here's the plan. He's a big old boy. Did I show you the pictures of it? No. It's a Chance. You know Chance?
Yeah, the American firm, aren't they?
This is it. I just want you, before they arrive, you decide the best point within this location to put it. We're going to pull the power from there. They need 3-phase to it.
We're going to need to find out how much juice it takes to run, and whether the three-phase that we've got is going to be enough. Because if you pull it off of something else, you might not have enough. You know what I mean? You've got to bear that in mind.
Right, what's the story, Morning Glory? So Rennie's talking to Marshall, who we're buying the carousel from. He's going to install it, and I'm just making sure the power, the location's right, because you need to have a distance around it so that people can hold their arms out. Then you've got to have the fencing, so it's going to take up a lot of space. I'll put a little picture in on overlay footage. We've got to lift all of this up, plus my beautiful bus that I bought in coronavirus. Isn't she lovely? And that's all going to go round the back, and we're going to make a bigger role play village, because kids really like that. And then the big carousel there. What does it cost, gang? That's the big one. What's the numbers? It's going to cost us around £135,000 to put this in, with all the fencing, all the electrics. But people are going to love it. And actually, to buy one of these news is many hundreds of thousands of pounds more. So we've got really good value for money here. It's come from America, this carousel. It's got no wood on it. It's fiberglass, galvanised metal, so it'll last forever. I'm really looking forward to getting this in. It's going to be in for May half term if you're coming along. Right, let's go. So over here we're going to build this role play village. Digger Dave, who works for us, we do all of this in-house now. Bought our diggers and dumpers. This was an old cattle ramp when it used to be a working farm. So we're removing that to just tidy this all up, make it nicer. And then this whole area around here will be opened up to the public as a giant role play village for the kids. So the big double-decker bus, pretend bank, pretend prison, pretend supermarket. And this is where we use our old Christmas area. We do it up every year by putting all this seaming in. It's going to make the Christmas area better as well, and we can dress it up each year. This was just a mound of dumping area, so Dave's been clearing it all up. We're going to throw all that away. And in there is where I do all my own printing. Let's go and meet Rob and see what he's up to. See if he's in. No, he's not.